Hi, I'm Karl from Poole Harbour Watersports, and I've got Chris Martin with me and the famous Bubble, and we're going to talk about the 9.8 Fusion. I got lucky enough to use it this week. It's a cracking board. Now everybody locally, Chris, as you know, wants a board that's going to go inside the van, but it's also going to surf and it's going to give you the flat water paddling. And I actually think this is one of the best ones I've used that's going to do that. First feature I noticed really when I was on it as a big lad is the thinner nose did take some of the stability away, but the benefits outweighed that massively with much more paddling speed, and being on the wave was much better. So that's, I think, the first winning you've got there. What else are you going to tell me about, Chris?
Yeah, firstly the Fusion sits into our sort of all-round market. Yeah, we've got the all-round board, we've got a wide body board, and we have the Fusion. Now the Fusion, obviously, like you said, it's aimed towards more wave-orientated SUPing, but it's still pretty good in flat water conditions. So if you sort of want to get out there and learn SUPing, but your future is, I want to get into a bit of paddling in the waves, whether it's sort of knee height, head height, this board performs really well. So this, go back to basics, and this comes in 3 different constructions. We've got an AST, which is our entry-level construction. We have a wood construction, which is matte, a matte finish, and then we have the wood gloss, which is the one what you've been using.
Yeah.
So going back to the wood gloss here, the features on this one, like you said, the more traditional sort of SUPs have more of a rounded nose, more of a longboard sort of feel. The downside of that is as soon as it gets choppy on the wave, it starts bouncing, and also any wind what gets under the board, it's just start going to lift, and you're going to find it a little bit harder to control. So with a little bit of a piercing nose like that, more traditional surf sort of shaped nose, you're going to get a lot more control on the wave face, and it does actually increase your paddling speed. But like you said, there's a little bit, you lose a little bit of stability.
Yeah, go forward for the wave.
Only on the front, but it's just very, very small. So
you get used to it really quickly though. And like I say, at Cambridge on Wednesday, it was very late drops and quite big. It was overhead, so I really felt loads of control on the way down. I didn't fear that it was going to dig at all.
Yeah.
Gave me loads of confidence to go into the bottom.
One other thing about this board, which is unique in all of our JP boards as well, and there's not many other boards on the market like this, is we have a stepped rail.
Yeah.
And that allows us, this has got 152 litres of volume in on a 9.8, so it's packed with lots of volume. It's 31 wide, so it's still a wide board, but with that much volume and the width, as soon as you get onto a wave, you want to be able to grip. And having that sort of narrow sort of step rail really enables you to engage the rail, especially up here, because this is where your front foot is. You're leaning on the front foot and you're trying to sort of bottom turn the board, and you want that rail to engage really well. So it's we have it not as much in windsurfing, but in other surfboards and stuff like that have it, especially in bigger boards towards the tail of the board.
It definitely feels like you're engaged to the wave. A lot of the shorter, fatter boards, you feel like you're on top of the board, on top of the wave. Whereas I really felt that this dug in and did everything it wanted to do. And I'm a very basic surfer. Bubble here is going to be much more experienced, feeling a little bit more confident. Going down to the smaller one that we have behind. Which one's that, Chris?
That's a 9.6. That's the surf. That's the pro model on the surf line. And that's sort of Karl, he uses that. It goes all the way down to an 8.2. And we have actually got a few boards that we do as one-offs for him, which goes into the 7-foot sort of range, which is super small. But he's pro. He's amazing on that. But so that's just one of the other features. Other features that this board has, we have an ergonomic handle here, so it's super comfy for gripping. You just pointed this out earlier on how that's changed over the years, haven't you?
Yeah, well, it's moved in position. I've seen quite a few different brands have it in different places, or it's a bit fatter, whereas at least what I noticed with this one is with it being a little bit easier and more comfortable, I can actually get my paddle in there as well, so I can carry the board and the paddle all together nice and easily. And like you said, it's super balanced, so it doesn't, the board doesn't rock one way or the other. Even once you've got all the fins in, it's still balanced and carried real easy.
Especially carrying over the rocks at Cambridge.
Yeah. -2, cold hands, you're safe. Windsurfing attachment point as standard.
Yeah.
Great feature, great placement as well. Worked really well.
We noticed on the video, actually, you filmed it, and one thing we wanted to point out, is that we've got this GoPro or an FCS fitting in the front there, and it's pretty cool because obviously with your GoPro or other sort of branded one, it comes with an FCS fitting, and all this does is slides in the front there, and then you just tighten it up with your FCS key or something like that, and it is, you know,
it's locked in. It's really easy,
yeah,
and super trustworthy as well.
You don't have to worry about it either. Like, you can put the GoPro on there and leave it there for the whole session. You don't have to. You know, it's pretty easy to just get in the water, switch it on and off, and then off you go. And the angle, the footage you get from it is amazing, especially in surfing.
As they say, everyone can be a hero.
Yeah, it's struggle. Good editing to make me look like a hero.
It's good as well because it looks kind of up, so it'll also make the wave look a little bit bigger as well.
Make it a bit steeper.
Should we open the bottom?
Say yeah.
So one thing you did point out was the board speed.
Yeah.
Yeah. One thing that we need in the UK, because our waves are not the fastest, is board speed. This board has a V running throughout the middle, well, the main part, middle of the board, to a single concave running through the board into a V at the back. Yeah, so it's a nice progressive. What we on this board, how we set the fins up on a lot of surfboards, they sort of tow the fins in to come in tow the fins in, and you'll see like sometimes they sort of are pointing in sort of towards the line, the nose of the board, and that gives the board, you know, not just speed, but helps it turn and stuff like that. For us with our JP boards, we actually, there's no toe. It's, you know, it's straight,
and you do feel the extra speed. And on the wave, it was controllable. Now on the Wednesday that we might have some pictures of, it didn't look as big from the car park, so I had the fin quite a long way forward, and I regret that because I could have done with the extra grip, but it made it feel really lively. On the bottom it did feel loose and really exciting, which is one of the things that I love the most about paddleboard. The fins are actually really good quality as well.
Yeah, they come well. The European grade G10 for the two side fins, and we have a wood glass for the centre fin. But you know, it comes. You know, this one here, the 9.8 comes standard with the 7-inch fin, where you know you're playing with it. Play around with them, depending on the size of your
It's nice to have the option as well to be able to move it forward or move it back a bit more for the speed and a bit more grip. Bring it forward for a bit more manoeuvrability.
The general rule of thumb, you know, if you want speed and a bigger wave, then you move the fin back. If it's a smaller wave and you want to go more manoeuvrability, you push it forwards. But
people should play with that. It makes such a big difference, and it really does change your board. Makes your board feel a lot livelier. But I think this is a brilliant board. I'm really happy with it. I'm definitely going to be owning this one, and hopefully if I lose a bit of weight, go down to the next one down. But good to go back to start. What it's brilliant for is your flat water, do everything. Classic Poole Harbour around the island. It surfs better than I can, so you're never going to grow out of it. And like I say, with the step rails, 152 litres, but it doesn't feel it, and it fits in your van. So
well, you got there's 3 sizes in this. We do the 9.8, a 10.8, and 11.8. So the 9.8 comes in 3 constructions. So the AST is 899 complete. The wood is 999 complete, and then the wood gloss, which you've got here, with all the fittings and fixtures, is 1099.
So we're going to have stock of those very soon, and we'll probably put some together, some speech for everything and get everything going.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then hopefully get some racing ones in as well.
Yeah.
Do that. Brilliant. Thank you very much for your time, lads.
Right,